Guys, today I'm going to be teaching you the mechanics of how to take a really good breath in and out so that you can improve your posture, get more from your training, and this is the mechanism which you would use if you're doing more advanced breathing techniques or meditations to decrease anxiety, feelings of stress, overwhelm, that sort of thing. So something that I think is just completely skipped past is the actual mechanics of how do you take a good breath in and out. So a lot of the focus that I've seen tends to be around how long do you hold the breath for, how much air do you get in, what are you doing while you're breathing, are you running, are you walking, are you in a cold bath? Let's not even worry about that today. Let's think about how to get the air in and out in a way that is harmonious with how your ribs are supposed to move, so that the mechanics are right, and you can build on that any of the other things that you want to work on. So the reason that we're going to need to learn to breathe is because through whatever posture your body has acquired over time, your muscles get tightened in certain areas, maybe your chest is compressed, and this stops the air from getting in because the muscles are so strong. So obviously you're still getting some air in, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? But you might not be getting the air in a way that feels relaxing to your body, that feels efficient, so you're using excess energy, and this can manifest in things like neck pain, shoulder pain, anxiety, or other physical pains actually, even down to the hip and that sort of thing. So the first thing that I want us to think about is that 360-degree expansion. So this is best done as an assessment lying down. Grab yourself a mat and we're going to get into it. The first thing to consider when you're learning how to breathe is the initial posture. So you want to make sure that your hip and rib cage are aligned, but without this alignment, sort of if we're off center with the hips, or we're arching in the lower back, or we're not taking the time to make sure that our feet and legs, shoulders and everything are in consistent aligned position, it's going to change how we're breathing, and so it's not a true sense of what our basic mechanics are looking like. So just make sure that you can feel both sides of your tailbone on the floor. Feet are flat on the ground, not rolling out, not knees caving in. And then you want to see if you can feel your mid-back on the ground. Okay, so then you're taking your hands, thumbs behind your ribcage if you have the flexibility here. If you don't, that's fine. You can rest your hands on top of your ribcage here. But if possible, you want to put the thumbs behind and hands on the front of the ribcage here then. So then you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And what we're looking for is an even expansion all the way around the ribcage as you breathe in, and the opposite, an even kind of shrinking 360 degrees all around the ribcage as you breathe out. Now, the way you're going to know if you're getting that expansion is you'll see the ribs rise as you breathe in. You'll feel them rise underneath the fingers, so you'll feel the ribs pushing into the fingers, and you'll feel the back ribs pushing into your fingers as well. Your ribs are here, right? There's a bony bit just between the chest and the belly button. So you've got squish, and then you've got the bones here. You can feel that there's different ribs here, different bones, and they can all move independently of each other. So with your thumbs behind here, I want you to focus on getting that breath in so that you feel like your thumbs are actually being pushed towards the ground. Okay, next thing is with your mid-back, so you're kind of here and potentially lower back between the shoulder blades, you're going to feel the floor giving you feedback. So if I breathe in and I sense the floor, I sense more of a pressure, then I know that because of my breathing in and the expansion of my back, that I'm pushing more on the floor, so I know that I'm getting a 360-degree breath there. So that might be easier said than done, but over time you're going to get a better sense of this stretch out to the side and this stretch front to back as well. So we're getting that 360-degree expansion. The next drill that you can do is to place one hand on the belly here, and one hand either on the ribs or on the chest. Or you can swap between all of these. So what we're checking for here is that there's an even rise, chest to kind of front of the pelvis here. So if the mechanics are a little bit off, you might see just the chest rising or just the belly rising as you breathe in or as you breathe out. You might see or feel that not a lot is moving at all, so you're just not getting much air in. And ideally, you're going to feel like the breath fills down from the top and all the way to the bottom and then goes back that way, not in like a wave, but in like a gradual filling, so that it's all rising together and falling together at a similar time. So one way you can see this, if I put my arms above my head, you can see that there's an even filling. So one thing to look out for here as well is if you break in the middle where the rib is. So quite a common thing is not that you're just getting loads of chest rising, but that you breathe in and this rib flares up and you create a lift under the mid-back here, which suggests that the air is going into the front, but it's not going into the back, and we're not getting that pressure on the ground. So because the air is only going in the front here, the air is pushing us up and stopping us from stretching out into the back here. It might feel like when you're first doing these exercises, like no air's getting in, or the air's not going out in the right way, or you're making all sorts of weird shapes, and it will never happen. It will happen. Keep practicing. And there are ways where you can manipulate the pathway of the air using different assistances. So you can give yourself like a support of a towel under the neck or under your back. You can change the movement, so you don't have to always be on your back, you can be on your side, things like that. These are slightly higher level strategies, slightly more specific to each person's posture. So these require some assessment to figure out which one is most beneficial. You can try all of them, but to get the most bang for your buck, you're going to want to be assessed, and your individual posture will inform what needs to be done to unlock the kind of breathing and movement that you want.